I grew up in Elmhurst, Illinois, and I've lived in Illinois pretty much my whole life. My friend Ken Belcher, he lived on the same street as me, and we collected beer cans together. And what was funny, we had a picture of us in the Elmhurst Press newspaper. Yeah, we thought we had every beer can that was out there because we had about 200, and we're thinking, wow, what a great collection we have. And this fellow that lived in Elmhurst, he was a big time beer can collector. He invited us over, and we soon found out we didn't have every beer can. And he was such a nice guy. He explained everything about the cone tops and the flat tops, and he actually even gave us a box of cans. But what happened about 35 years ago, when I was down in my grandpa's basement one time, I found an Atlas Prager opener, and that kind of got me hooked on the openers. And I went to a show and I met Norm J., who was a past president of NABA, and he kind of became a great friend and educated me on beer openers. And then soon I found out you get the good ones, you got to spend more than $1 each. And then he educated me on Breweriana. So I went from beer cans to beer openers to Breweriana. And then it turned into chaos. Yeah. So, and I collect mainly Chicago, but I do kind of do the whole state of Illinois. You know, the story that I want to tell, I'm going to probably do a better job at getting things more organized, where I put certain time periods together. You know, pre-prohibition in one area, prohibition in a different area. And when I retire, I plan to get a lot more organized. I would like, and I've seen other people's collections where they kind of organize it by time periods or by brewery type. And that's kind of what I want to strive to do too. Some of my favorites, I do like the old, light up porcelain signs, either with neon or with this particular Edelweiss here is milk glass, and it's a two-sided one. I love that type of look. The Monarch, also with the Chicago zone on it, is one of my favorites. I've got a Dick's Beer porcelain neon here that lights up red, white, and blue, but I got to get a bigger cord because it won't plug in. But I do like that Art Deco type look too. I do have some of Art Deco type looking pieces. But yeah, anything with great graphics, the really plain stuff doesn't do much for me. But yeah, the better the graphics, the more I'd like it. I think the Breweriana trade in general, we do need to get the younger group into it. Unfortunately, I think even with trains and coins and other type hobbies, sadly people are dying off, the older people are dying off, and it doesn't seem like the younger people are getting involved as much. Now with Breweriana, it seems like a lot of the younger guys love the craft brew stuff, but not so much this stuff. And hey, when you get out of college, you're fighting to pay your gas bill, let alone buy a $200 beer sign. So I think we do need to get the younger crowd involved. Now the other thing that I don't like are reproductions. I can't stand reproductions, and we got to figure out a good way to police the reproductions, because I think that's ruining the hobby too, the reproductions. I like beer better than milk, water, soda pop, tea. Beer is my favorite. But I think there's very interesting advertising with beer, compared to other, soda pop. I'm sure there's neat stuff too, and gas and oil and transportation type things. But I think beer does have the nicest, coolest advertising. And when you like to drink it, that helps too.